Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Raging Bull, the 1980 movie. I think it is by Martin Scorsese. I haven't seen a lot of Martin Scorsese's work, I'm going to be honest. I have to just admit that off the top. I've seen like Taxi Driver, and honestly that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But I know that Martin Scorsese is supposed to be an amazing director, and I am excited to hopefully get into more of his work eventually. And I'm watching Raging Bull because I'm a little bit raging that I cannot find the Rocky IV director's cut anywhere. And so to satisfy my boxing urge, especially like my 80s boxing urge, because Rocky IV is a very 80s movie, to satisfy my 80s urge, I'm going for Raging Bull because it's a boxing movie by Martin Scorsese, who is an amazing director, and it's made in 1980. So it's an 80s boxing movie, and I am raging because I can't watch an 80s boxing movie because for some reason Rocky IV is only available on iTunes in Canada as far as I know, and it has to be on another platform for me to watch it on the channel. And so I'm waiting for it to come onto Amazon Prime and waiting for it to come onto Google Play or anything else other than iTunes so I can watch it on the channel with you guys, but it has yet to go on any other streaming service. So at the moment I am a Raging Bull. I want to watch an 80s boxing movie, and so I chose to watch this one. And before we get into this reaction, if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon, where I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose, so thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's just box into this movie. I don't know what this movie is about in any aspect, in any form, but I'm very excited to check it out because I've heard a lot of good things. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Raging Bull. Robert De Niro is the star. Okay. Wow, already striking imagery. This black and white, like 16:9, almost a little bit wider than that aspect ratio. Joe Pesci's in this as well. Oh, it's so sick. This movie's already so beautiful. It's just been this lingering shot. It's just a stunning shot though.
I remember those cheers. They still ring in my ears.
Okay, so it looks like this movie actually does not take place in the 80s.
I delve into Shakespeare. A horse, my kingdom for a horse. I haven't had a winner in 6 months.
He's a poet. He's a poet. Better than Shakespeare, I think.
Jack, tell me why. Why the fuck do we have to come to Cleveland for you to get beat by Moriarty? Come on, Jack, do the fucking right thing.
Come on, man. Come on. Who are you? What a waste of popcorn, guys.
Another left and a right to the body. 3 more left to the midsection. A hook on the jaw.
Oh, wow. He really is a Raging Bull. He's gonna kill him like Drago killed Apollo Creed. No, that's the wrong decision, refs. Come on. Why? Whoever just threw a chair has super strength.
Huh? You thought I was fooling around, didn't you? Tell me the truth. I ain't going to fool around.
Girlfriend? Wife?
Don't overcook it. Overcook it's no good. It defeats its own purpose.
I'd be like, I'm gonna overcook you in a second.
You bought me about a steak?
Yeah! I agree with you. We should be with Tommy. If he's in a good mood, I'll talk to him. What the fuck you want me to do?
He's not in a good mood at the moment.
You speak to Jake to straighten this thing out. I mean, I'm gonna wind up in the middle of this.
He's a little raging on and off the job, isn't he?
Hey, you!
Come on, Jack.
I'm gonna get hold of that dog, and I'm gonna eat him for lunch. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Come on, honey. Let's be friends. Truce, all right?
Such a change of heart.
I ain't never gonna get a chance to fight the best there is. And you know something? I'm better than him.
It's because of your hands? Or you could just gain more weight and then you'd be able to fight him.
Once you hit me in the face.
What?
Once you hit me in the face.
Do it.
Forget
I would do it in an instant. Bap!
I'm not doing it. I don't have any gloves anyway. What am I gonna hit you with? Table?
A chair.
Aw, come on. You wanna stop now? That's enough.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Come
Fuck around, man. Come on. Hey, girl, huh?
He's really good at egging people on.
What are you trying to prove? What does it prove?
It proves that he can be a man. I don't know what it proves. That he can take a hit.
Fucking they want to fight. Take it easy.
Don't ever bring him up here again. Hear me? Hear me? Come on.
Jeez.
They look like two.
Jake really likes to hit and just get angry. Like his whole thing is he just gets angry.
I'm in here breaking my ass, not done. Don't ever bring him up here again. You hear me? Nah, you a jerk.
I'm a jerk.
That bell kind of scared me a little bit.
Come on, give me a Coke.
Please. The word please exists in English.
I always tell you the truth. If I did it, you would know. I took her out a couple of times.
You want water?
Oh, good for
I
you,
try to
Joe.
fuck anything. All right.
What about that Coke bottle right in front of you?
Get your hair wet.
Didn't they say she was 15 years old though, or did I mishear that?
Fucking worm. You go out, I'm going out.
Hey, do what you're gonna do. What do I?
They are very unhappily married.
This you go suck each other.
You know what? She's kind of funny.
Leave me here like a dog. You're in your fucking ass. You tell you. Go out.
You really just need to divorce each other.
Jack.
I think Martin Scorsese has like his favorites, right? Like Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. Like they're almost always in his movies. I know I've only seen like 2 of his movies, but they've both been in those movies. And I know Robert De Niro's in more of Martin Scorsese's films as well.
No. By the way, you go. Bless the table. Give us a shot, will you?
Bless the table, give us a shot. This is such a good shot. Oh my god. Such a good slow-mo I'm in love shot. But I swear they said she was 15 years old. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I just misheard that. I'm gonna assume she is like of legal age. Hopefully. Oof. Why did the soundtrack just get so awesome all of a sudden?
Did you ever meet my brother?
No, is that him?
Yeah. Want to meet him?
All right.
Hey, Jack.
No, no thank you. This is such a good camera shot as well. It's just a simple one take, just on a tripod, like pan back and forth. So good.
Around here.
You want to go for a ride?
Ah, there we go. I was waiting for him to ask that.
All right.
Oh!
You see?
What does that mean?
Means the game is over.
What?
Come on, let's go.
I want to know where the golf ball ended up. How could they not find it? What? Where'd it go?
Sure.
Those refrigerators look like safes. Jake's got the charm, and he's got the smoothness. Let's see if he keeps his attitude.
Come on.
It's a manual. It's a bird.
Bird. Or, this is an expert. Anyone get that reference? Oh my goodness. Oh. She went for the lips at the start. I love how long Martin Scorsese just lingers on shots. You know, like the dining room scene? Just drinking water. Not that much dialogue, just this one shot. Still framed of just the characters doing their thing. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, wow.
La Mata. Judge Murphy, 7-3. La Mata.
Hey, good job, Jake. Well done, man.
Come here.
So he is now having an affair with this lady.
Touch my balls.
He's got a pain kink. I see, Robert. I see.
Take off my pants.
He's like, I got a bruise down there too. Oh my god. Look at this framing. I love the mirror in the background. There's so much intimacy in all of these shots. They're all kind of pretty close up on each character, and even that wider shot of her taking off of her underwear, it was still very intimate because you could see both characters' faces in the same shot. He kisses like a goldfish. Ope, ope, ope. He kisses. He kisses like I think a goldfish would kiss.
Jake LaMotta and Sugar Ray Robinson meet for the third time. These men are you.
I wonder if he'll lose now because he got distracted before.
LaMotta may need a knockout.
Oh! He may need a knockout and he may get a knockout.
He's up on his feet now and the referee is wiping off his gloves. He is stunned.
I love how the fights are filmed as well. There's like this smoke everywhere, and then the camera's flashing. It's like this surreal experience, but it also feels hot and sweaty. Oh, it's just so good. There's even like almost heat waves in the film itself.
2 and 2 even for the winner by unanimous decision.
Yeah, it was because you got distracted, my guy Jake.
I've done a lot of bad things, Joey. Maybe it's coming back to me.
True, karma is finally hitting. Oh, they stayed together for so long? He must have dumped his other wife then. Looks like he's winning so many fights and he's very happy in his marriage, which is good for him. You're not gonna win a boxing match with a name called Edgar. Like, you gotta have a cooler name. Oh. Wait, we're in color. I totally didn't even realize that. We're in color now. The transition was so seamless. But it's colorized. The fights are still in black and white though, but these like home videos are in color. Maybe that's why they're in color, because they're home videos. Because when we saw the future, it was still black and white. And it also looked like Jake was very poor when he was doing that whole poem thing at the start of the movie. So I wonder what's gonna happen.
What am I in a circus over here? I asked him, he's got more sense about this. What are you doing?
For what happens? You'll kill him, and they gotta give you a title shot.
Bring me coffee, please.
Why?
I can't believe he still has not had a title shot.
Cause the same thing as before. There's nobody left. There ain't nobody around. They gotta give you the shot.
I'm not saying good looking, I'm saying popular. If you win.
What were you to say, good looking?
I'm not saying anything, I'm just telling.
Oh, the arguing has started.
Get out of here. Take the baby and get out of here.
People are talking. You don't interrupt. It's none of your business. Especially if it's my brother and his wife. It got nothing to do.
The whole family has some attitude. Why are they so rude to their wives? Calm down.
What do you think I mean?
No, I don't know. I don't notice anything.
You think she's cheating on you? I don't think so.
Well, and if not, you're gonna give her an excuse to go out.
Talking to my guy.
So?
Yeah, so what?
She's talking about a pretty kid. She's saying he's good looking. What are you talking about?
So you make them ugly. What's the difference?
I actually quite like that. You make him ugly. Oh. She avoided it. And look at her body language right now. Pushing him away, arms not wrapping around him. She's getting done. Or is done.
No hand, just a hooky hand.
Where you going?
Oh my god. You gotta stop.
Jack.
I thought that was my best joke.
Hey, Vicky. How are you, honey? Good to see you.
This guy, no, she's just greeting. She is just greeting people.
Not a bad kid, that Vicky.
I feel like he's about to blow soon.
What were we talking to Salvi for?
Don't ask me if Joe was there. I said he's over that.
In other words, you're not interested in him, but you could be interested in somebody.
Stop. This hurts me to watch.
Hey.
Thanks for the drink.
See, Joey's doing the exact same thing that your wife did.
Always say about everything you got. Everything.
Oh, he's about to be broke out of his mind. I bet he loses.
Wait, who? Niro. You mean you want me to get him to fuck you?
Me?
Look at the lighting in this shot. The light from the window is hitting her. Oh my gosh. Just like sending her, your eyes are drawn to her in the bed because the light is kind of drawn there through the window. Absolutely gorgeous.
How come you said that thing about Niro?
Calm down. It's just one thing. Oh, broken. Absolute broken nose.
You ain't pretty no more.
I would say he's even more beautiful.
4 pounds. Big boy. Come on, move. His face to the other. This fucking thing was hanging off.
That is how Voldemort became Voldemort.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Both of you must say, you know that I feel like I'm a prisoner. I can't walk. I look at somebody the wrong way, I get smacked.
Yeah, she definitely is a prisoner at the moment.
Good time. I'm doing it.
Then what do you get your stuff?
I like her rebelling against her captors, her husband and brother.
I'm sorry, I really am. Good friends, we can straighten this.
Oh wow, Joey, mate.
Oh, stop it! I'm gonna suck your fucking eyes out.
Oh my god.
You're wrong, Joe. He's wrong. Don't fucking trouble in the joint. Hey, stop.
Oh my god. You're gonna crush his head in. Come on in, Huxley. Come to watch the last half of the movie with me? Yeah? Come to watch the last half of the movie with me?
Huh? I only wish this thing never happened to me. We all wish it never happened.
If I was this guy, I would still hold a grudge.
I'll see you Monday, Tuesday. I'm sorry.
I would not accept that hug. I would kick him in the nuts, kick Joey in the nuts or something.
Become champion on his own. Right? Huh?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can do it. I believe in him. It's not that bad if it's raining in a swimming pool. Actually, honestly, swimming in an outdoor swimming pool in the rain is actually really good because the water feels so much warmer.
I know she's doing something. I just wanted to catch her once.
She's not doing anything. Calm. You need to calm down.
You got any money you want to bet? No, I'll take the action. God, you bet it on Fox, because I'm going to win.
Whoa, I believe him.
You came down here just for that nonsense, that was it?
I love their hats, and where can I buy one?
5 seconds out.
Whoa, he's on fire. He looks like he's ready to rumble and tumble. Oof!
You fucking come on.
What are you doing, Jack?
This isn't a hugging contest. This is a fighting contest.
Come on, Jake, I got some money on you.
Yeah, he's not trying.
Country, don't fight anymore.
He was supposed to lose that, right? Like, that was kind of a set match. They wanted him to lose that.
You want me to go down, too? Well, I ain't going down.
Yeah, he did what they asked him to
Do me a
do.
favor, huh? Do something for me. Just put your hand.
And then they suspend him. They really don't like him, do they?
Oh, what?
Vamos look at the year.
Tommy ain't gonna forget us.
Sorry, I forgot that when they were fighting, that they wanted him to lose, that the fight was rigged, and that he was trying to get punched on purpose.
This long, you can wait longer.
Joey, you want to wait 24 hours? I don't want to wait no 24
I don't either, but we got.
They're still together.
Eat a steak. You chew it, you spit it out, you'll still make the weight tomorrow. You worried about that?
You just spat on the floor. That was disgusting, Jake.
That's good. That's good. Order me one of those.
You have something good to eat.
What do you want to eat? Since when did you order one of those?
This is my family during when we order from like Skip the Dishes or something.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
How are you?
I'd be like, I'm not shaking your hand. Your hands were literally just in your pants.
Look at that face. What a face. You believe that girl, huh? Look at that beauty. Just as beautiful as ever.
Oh my god. Oh, this looks very bad. Especially these close-ups. All of those close-ups just made it seem so much worse than maybe it was. I feel like she hasn't smiled since like we saw those family clips. And then that was the first time I've seen her smile since then. I love this tracking shot though. Oh, wow. Wow. And the music as well. Oh, wow. Let's go, Jake. Let's see some moves. Oh my god. That guy came out swinging.
Come on, everybody, stop the fight.
Oh, fight over. That means Jake's champion. He did it. He's finally champion. Now what does he have to strive for? He's gotten his goal that he's been trying to get for what? How many years now? 8 years?
Went shopping. It's my sister's. Yeah.
If she is lying and she is having an affair, then the lighting is really good in this scene because it's super bright here and she went to the brightness and then she said where she went. She could have lied and she went into the darker area of the house, you know? And it's only if she's lying. If she is not lying, then my whole theory falls apart.
I mean, when I caught his head in the taxi cab door, I was banging it, smacked him with a glass and everything.
Yes, at that time.
Salvi fuck Vicky.
What?
Salvi fuck Vicky.
Wow, he just came out and said it.
Hey, I'm your brother. You're supposed to believe me. Don't you trust me?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? That's nice.
I don't trust you when it comes to her.
No matter what Joey says, as if it's not yes, he did, then he's not going to believe it. Jake's not going to believe it.
I swear on our mother, I'm going to kill somebody.
Kill Vicky, kill Salvi, kill Tommy Como, kill me while you're at it. What do I care?
What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean kill you?
Me? Kill me? What does that mean? Don't
Yeah,
mean
but
nothing.
even you don't even know what you meant by you. You fuck my wife.
What?
You fuck my wife.
I was thinking that at one point in the movie.
I'm not gonna answer that. It's stupid.
Why can't you just say no then?
Tell you what about it.
You know. How come you didn't tell me about it?
I hate the way he's holding her hair. Just getting more and more of it.
Get away!
Open the door.
No.
Oh my god. That door opens so cleanly though. See, I don't even know if she actually did that or if she was just saying that. Joey's literally about to get destroyed.
Keep your hands out of the plate.
Oh, what a shot. Oh my god, he's walking in like he's Terminator. He's about to grab this bottle, smash it on Joey's head. KO'd. She's leaving. I would leave too if I was married to Jake. What did she say to him? I didn't hear it.
Less than a minute to go, and LaMotta is losing the...
You really had to just jump scare me with a hit to the face.
Sucks fucking big fucking elephant dicks.
The fight of the year. Now the next time that...
Look at that high definition television.
That great action by LaMotta, he couldn't score the big one.
That's it. That was the last shot.
Oh, he's watching his brother. Good old Joey.
Apparently tired, punched with a fare thee well, and rocked Jake LaMotta right to the heel.
Gonna get knocked out. One hit. Boom, bow. Look at this shot. Oh, the blood went all over the guys. Oh, that was so gross.
And in the 13th round, the hard luck round, the championship of the world has changed.
You literally would be down on the ground dead if these guys were not holding you right now.
You were middleweight boxing champion, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Such an interesting shot. Such an interesting shot. Zoom in onto the ropes, the blood dripping.
Take a guess.
Wow. Subtle. Subtle, Jake.
Thank you. That's something.
My man accuses Vic of cheating, and he goes and does stuff like this. Oh, man.
What more could you ask for? You ought to try that. The other friend says, hey, that sounds great. When does your wife get home?
Okay, that was a good joke. You didn't really have any bangers, but that one was pretty good. And that's what he was practicing in the... So that must have been backstage. That wasn't his house. I thought that was his house at the start, but that was probably just backstage of this place.
You want to let you bums get involved with that? Come on. Especially the state's attorney over here.
Yeah, why isn't Vic here?
Can you prove that you're 21? Prove it to me.
Oh my god, my guy, get out of here. This guy in the background is like, come on, Jake, your wife is outside.
Night last night. Everything all right?
I'm leaving you, Jake.
Ah, I knew it was coming eventually.
Lawyer, we're getting a divorce and I'm getting custody of the kids.
Hey, let me in for a minute. Come on.
No, I...
Woo.
All right,
Come
that's
on,
it.
don't act that way, honey.
Vic's got some guts. I like it.
You recognize this girl? She been in the club.
Oh, she has.
Well, say nothing.
She's 14. Come on, put on your shoes, Jake.
She's 14.
She's how old?
14.
I won't bother them. Let me just get something.
Don't make no noise.
You're gonna wake the kids! Stop it!
Man went in saying, I'm not going to be loud, and then took a hammer, and it's just breaking everything.
What's the matter with you? Don't you put the dishes so they don't fall down?
Get out!
Fucking... What about the belt pistol?
I love how he makes the dishes break, and then he blames it on someone else. That's exactly what my parents do.
You pull your load here, boy.
Wait, the thing that we saw at the start, it still hasn't happened yet. It was in the 60s. I totally forgot. So maybe he is living a very poor life. Wow, look at that lighting again. Guys, the lighting in this movie is top quality. Your hands are gonna break. Your hands are gonna break. That's concrete. Why? Ah, your head's gonna break. Ah, stop headbutting it, please.
I'm not an animal. Guy comes home, finds his wife in bed with another guy. The wife says, look who's here. Big mouth. Not a whole neighbor will know. The first night I was here, I said to the owner...
Oh, he's doing stand-up in bars. Jake, you're not the funniest guy in the world. Oh, and a familiar face appears.
Hey, where you going? Joey.
That's Joey?
Come on, Joey, why don't you turn around?
I didn't even recognize him. The mustache threw me off.
Wait, let me call my wife and kids. Do you want them to see the kids?
I'm gonna forgive and forget.
Ah, that was a good one, Joey.
Just give me a kiss, come on. Come on.
He's kind of lost everyone in his life at this point.
You call me? I will. Forget. Huh?
And he never talked to Joey again.
And nobody can take that away from me. Nobody.
Ah, here we are.
I was never no good after that night, Charlie. It was like a peak you reach, and then it's downhill. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. A lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's crowded.
You got this, Jake. Nice. What am I talking about when I say Martin Scorsese just lets the characters do their things and the shot lingers? Oh, let's see. And that was my reaction to Raging Bull, the 1980 sports drama starring Robert De Niro. Martin Scorsese apparently was in this movie. I didn't recognize him, but apparently he was in this movie. Joe Pesci and Cathy Moriarty. Ooh, is she related to Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes? Maybe villain origin story coming up. No, but I really liked that movie. I thought that movie was phenomenal. I thought the shots in that movie were phenomenal. The lighting in that movie was gorgeous. The cinematography, I thought the fights were done very well. Obviously the choreography was not the best, but this movie also came out in the 80s. Not saying that 80s fight choreography was the best or anything, but there were definitely moments where you could tell the actors were just missing the people completely, especially the first fight scene. Like one of the first punches, the guy just goes like this, and I'm like, he just missed Robert De Niro's face, and then Robert De Niro goes, you know, and like sometimes you could tell that they were faking their punches, sometimes you couldn't. I thought the choreography was probably the weakest part of this movie, but it wasn't really the essential part of this movie. It wasn't the reason for this movie. I thought the character dynamics were great. I thought Robert De Niro's Jake was an amazing character, a very interesting character that I disliked for the majority of the movie, but still found very, very interesting. And yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was going to be a lot more like fighting, a lot more Rocky-esque, which is why I picked it. But I came out very introspective, I guess, and I was just very silent throughout all of the credits because I was thinking about the ending, the Bible verse that came up at the end, the I was once blind and now I'm not blind. I was paraphrasing. I totally forget what the line was, but that is the gist of the line. I was once blind and now I am not blind. And very interesting, that line paired with the final shot of the movie where he's looking in the mirror. He's reflecting on himself, reflecting on his past, on his future, something like that. I'm going to get into that more into the review. I just thought that the ending really left me thinking, and now I want to go back and rewatch this movie so I can really get all of this subtext, because I'm sure that there is a lot of subtext, there is a lot of depth in this film that I'm not going to get upon first watch and in this review. So if I miss something, as I'm sure I'm going to, please let me know in the comments, because I'm very, very interested to hear what people have to say about this film. But getting into the reviews of this movie very quickly, 8.2 on IMDb and 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it looks like both parties, critics and audiences, love this movie. I can see the audience score maybe being a little bit lower than the Rotten Tomatoes score, because if you're coming into this wanting a boxing movie, you're not really getting a boxing movie. This is way more a drama, a family drama, a personal drama, and the fighting is just part of his life. It's part of his character. And the fights, while they are cool, are not the focus of the story. So I can see people maybe being disappointed by either how the fights take place, the lack of fights, because yes, there are like a bunch of fights. He fights a lot in this movie, but they're very, very short. And as I said before, the focus isn't on the fights. The focus is what happens around the fights, after the fights, you know, stuff like that. The fights aren't the focus of the film. Getting into the score of this movie, I thought the score was great, and there wasn't too much score in this movie, but when there was, especially the start, the song at the start, whatever song that was, I'm going to track it down and find it and listen to it. It was beautiful. It was like haunting and magical, and it just got me invested into the movie, and I didn't even know why I was invested. It was just that one still shot. I think it was slowly zooming in on Robert De Niro. He's walking around in the slow motion, the smoke's everywhere, and then you got this beautiful score playing in the background, and it just, at that moment I knew this movie was going to be great, and I knew I was going to really, really like this movie, and part of that was because of the score. But there are also moments in this movie where there was no score, or the sound design kicked in to really, really elevate the scenes. For example, one of the most tense scenes in the movie for me was when Robert De Niro's Jake was confronting Joey, of whether Joey had had an affair with Vicky, and that scene was so intense because I feel like there was a lot of noise, there was a lot of clatter. Don't even know if there was any sound, any music in the background, but it was just Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, and they were arguing, and I think it was just their voices that was making the clatter, and all of a sudden it just went absolutely silent when Jake asks the question to Joey, and that moment, it just makes you stop breathing. It makes your heart start beating faster, and it's because of the silence that it gets so tense. You know, Joe Pesci talks so much in this movie, and in that moment, he was almost lost for words, and Jake, who doesn't talk as much as Joe Pesci, but definitely does have a voice when it comes to conversations and stuff, also was not talking a lot. They were using very minimal dialogue, letting the silence sit, letting it mingle, and I thought that the use of the silence is what made the tension so palpable in that sequence. And then there was another sequence not far after that where Robert De Niro starts to punch Joey in the face because he thinks that he cheated on there's another sequence not long after that where Robert De Niro's character Jake starts punching and pounding on Joey because he thinks that Joey had an affair with his wife, which I'm not sure if they did or not, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if that was clarified in the movie, but I'm a little confused if they did or not. Maybe that is supposed to be left ambiguous. Maybe, I don't think she did. Honestly, in my heart of hearts, I hope she didn't, and I don't think Vicky did, but she could have. But he's pounding on Joey, right? And there's this moment where I don't know if I was just hearing things or if it is part of the soundtrack, but I thought I heard a record player, and then it was like record player, and then it stopped, and then it started, and it was super scratchy, and it made like this really weird noise, and then it just stopped completely when Robert De Niro's character stopped punching, when he like knocked out Vicky. And I thought that moment was really good. And again, for some reason, it feels like I just imagined the record scratch, but it could have been in the movie, and either my imagination is making that scene a lot better, or the record scratch is actually in the movie. And it's like this weird, like the record's like, and then it like stops and starts, and then it just stops completely. I don't know. I thought it added a lot of intensity to the moment and kind of this confusion and stuff like that. I thought the sound design and the soundtrack was great. Also, the lighting. Don't even get me started on the lighting, even though I just started on the lighting myself. I'll talk about it briefly, but I could probably talk about the lighting for a long time. I thought the lighting was beautiful, the way characters interacted with the lights and the darks, the way the light maybe would shine through the window, for example, onto the bed where Vicky is sitting, and so your eyes are drawn to the subject of this shot, drawn to where Robert De Niro's Jake is going to, drawn to where your eyes are supposed to be through the use of lights and shadows. I loved the prison sequence, that moment where he's sitting in the light and then there's the dark on either side of him, and he sits right in the middle of the frame in the light, and then he goes to the wall and he's in the light, and then he sits back down in the dark, almost like he's lost himself, lost just things that he had. I don't know, that is my kind of interpretation of it. He's sitting in the light, he still feels like he knows himself, he still feels like he is himself. He punches the wall and then he sits back down in the dark. The camera starts zooming in, you can barely see him, all you can hear is his voice. And Robert De Niro was a powerhouse in this movie, and he really sold it in that moment because you couldn't see him, but I really felt impacted, and I really felt like he had just really lost his way, and I think that was also due to the lighting and the lighting that was placed. Also, I think it is interesting if Vicky did cheat, and even if she didn't cheat, I think this one still holds up, and I said this one in my reaction, but she comes into the room, she kisses Joe Pesci, she kisses Robert De Niro, and then she walks up the stairs, and she walks up into kind of this darker zone of the house while they are staying in the lighter zone of the house. The living room is so bright, but the hallway front door area, just stairs going up, is really, really dark, no lights there. And I think it's really interesting that even if she isn't cheating, she is cheating, I guess, in Robert De Niro's mind, and so she's going up into the darker place, leaving this brightness, this lightness, I guess. I don't know, just interesting lightings all around, and I'm sure that maybe I'm just reaching or something, but this is how I'm interpreting it. I really like trying to interpret lighting, and even if it's unintentional, I still think it is kind of cool. And the ending I'd also like to talk about. I think that's the last thing I'd like to talk about. Obviously, the cinematography was great. The camera work, I thought Martin Scorsese did an amazing job with the camera work. Such simple camera work. The camera work was never crazy. It was never bombastic. It was simple pans, simple cuts, simple tracking shots, but it's super, super effective. Again, like I said, when I watched They Live just the other day, John Carpenter, I was saying this about John Carpenter, his camera work is so simple, but it's very effective. because he knows where to put the camera. And Martin Scorsese, I think, knows where to put the camera even more than John Carpenter to make these beautiful, amazing, intricate shots with just a tripod, basically. But yeah, getting into the ending is really kind of what drove home the movie to me, and is really what made this movie stand out, in my opinion, because up to that point, I was really enjoying it, but then that final shot of him sitting in front of the mirror, it's just a tripod shot. There's no movement. You just see, it's just himself and his reflection. He's talking to himself, and he starts punching the air and stuff, trying to hype himself up, you know, trying to kind of maybe bring back the old days or something like that, bring back himself that he used to know, maybe that he used to love, because he's now a bum. He used to be someone, basically. He's trying to bring that back. And then the end with that Bible verse, the quote, I used to be blind, but now I'm not blind, whatever it said. I'm sorry that I'm not paraphrasing it 100% accurately, but such an interesting moment to have. And then even throughout the credits, it's just, you hear boxing noises, you hear crowds cheering, and then the very last sound of the movie, in my opinion, sounded like an ambulance. Just things to think upon. I don't know if I think the boxing thing may have just been for effect, but it may have meant something else, like during the credits. But I loved the use of the final shot, him looking at his reflection, maybe literally reflecting on his past, maybe on his future, on who he is now, and how he has lost everyone in his life because of who he was and because of how he treated everyone, of his aggressive nature and stuff like that. Raging Bull nature, literally the title of the movie. And then it ends with that verse, with that phrase at the very end, the blind phrase. And you kind of come to realize that he has understood. He is no longer blind to his actions. He has kind of found out his own truth in a way through all of these hardships, and he made these hardships himself because of how blind he was. Very, very interesting, very thought provocative, I guess, and something I'd like to think upon a little bit more. But yeah, that is my kind of, I guess, surface level reading of this movie, but I would like to watch this movie again to really get a grasp of every detail. I need to know every detail of this thing. Getting into the cast of this movie now, I'm just going to talk about Robert De Niro, Cathy Moriarty, and Joe Pesci. Martin Scorsese, for some reason, is like second billed, but I don't, for the life of me, don't know who he was. And his name is Barbizon, but I don't know who that is. I only remembered 3 names in this movie, and Barbizon was not one of them. But I'll talk about Joe Pesci first. Thought he was amazing in this movie. Joe Pesci is really good at being Joe Pesci in movies. And when Joe Pesci isn't being Joe Pesci in movies, you know things are about to get serious. You know when he stops talking, when he stops blabbering, because one of the things that he does in movies is talk a lot. He's a very good actor when it comes to dialogue, and he's very good at delivering dialogue at a very, very fast pace. And so again, when that moment happens, when Jake confronts Joey about the affair with his wife, with Vicky, and there's silence, you know it's serious because Joe Pesci isn't talking, and Joe Pesci's thing is to talk. And I thought he did great in this movie. The ending really gave me like kind of chills when he was like shrugging off and he said, "I'll call you," but it was so half-hearted. I was like, I don't think Joey is going to call Jake anymore. Like, I think they are done. He looked pretty bad with the mustache though. Joe Pesci, I wouldn't have that mustache if I was you in real life, but I thought he was a really good character, and I just enjoyed him on screen. It's Joe Pesci, how can you not enjoy him? Cathy Moriarty as Vicky. I thought she was a really good character, and she stayed with Jake for way longer than anyone would have thought. Like, literally give her an award or something for staying as long as she did. That is, like, she said she was in love, and she must have really been in love or really just had no idea how to escape him, or maybe it was even both. But when she left at the end, it was a very feel-good moment because the whole movie had been wanting her to leave. She had endured so much abuse. And also, was she 15 years old at the start of the movie? I swear I didn't mishear that. if I did mishear that, I'm sorry, but I swear I heard that she was 15 years old in the movie. And then later on, she said she was 20. I didn't know if that was like 5 years later or something. I forgot when the movie started, and I forgot what time period that movie was supposed to be at, sometime in the 40s. But yeah, if she was only 15, then that is very, very weird. Jake, I'm sorry, that is very, very weird. And then he was also the 14-year-old. Jake, you're just really not helping yourself at the moment. But I really liked Vicky. I liked that she was standing up for herself a lot of times, and I liked that she even called them out, saying that she was a prisoner. And I agreed with her. You know, they were not letting her do anything, not even letting her talk to people, because he was being so suspicious of everything. Jake was being so suspicious of everything, and then it made Joey super suspicious of everything, because then Joey would get beat up by Jake, and you know, it was like this huge chain that Jake was creating in the first place. But I really liked Cathy Moriarty as Vicky. And finally, Robert De Niro as Jake. Amazing. Interstellar. Jake was a really interesting character, a character that everything bad that happened to him was because of him. Basically, first of all, like losing the belt or something because the match was rigged was because the boxing association didn't like him. Vicky leaving was because he was super abusive to Vicky. He was a raging bull, basically. Punching Joey, making Joey leave his life was because of him. You know, everything bad happened to him was because of him. But I thought that Robert De Niro did an amazing job as this character when he was younger, when he was super lean. And then obviously Robert De Niro looks like he had to gain a lot of weight to play older Jake, I guess Jake in the 60s. And I thought that Jake in the 60s, I thought he did an even better job than younger Jake, because he had to show all of these emotions, kind of this almost healing process through anger, and then when he's looking in the mirror at the end, just those emotions. But the moment that I thought really stood out for me was the prison sequence, just because of how emotional he had to be with his voice and his body language, because you could barely see his face when he was sitting down, like the punching the wall, the headbutting the wall, sitting down in tears on the bench in the dark. I thought Robert De Niro was exceptional in this movie, and obviously he's an amazing actor. I was gonna say one of the greatest actors, and you know what, I'll say it, he is one of the greatest actors. And that is my reaction and review to Raging Bull, the 1980 sports drama film directed by Martin Scorsese. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. If you have any other Martin Scorsese suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I've only seen, I think Goodfellas was also directed by Martin Scorsese, and then Taxi Driver. Maybe I've seen other ones, and when people suggest them, I'll be like, oh, I have seen that one. But I would like to watch more, because Martin Scorsese is such a talented director. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.